Hey guys, Fiasco, Steve, and Deni here for another episode of the Disney Dining Show. I said last week that when we did 2 Disney Dining shows to expect that to happen again, and it's going to happen this week. This week you're going to see 3, so keep an eye out for that. But today we are in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge for the grand opening. We've all been here before, but this is the actual official grand opening day. And today we went to Oga's Cantina.
Yeah, one of my favorite, probably my favorite place in the land.
Oh, absolutely. It's so much fun. It's like a party in there.
And it's not my favorite place. I think that's probably going to be reserved for the lightsaber building. I think that was probably my favorite experience. But that price tag is also hefty. But after being at this Oga's, I do like this Oga's a bit more than the one in Disneyland, primarily because of their food options, which is what brought us here today. So does anybody want to kind of...
So we were here for the breakfast offerings. So also we did order all non-alcoholic options. So if you're here for a review of the alcoholic options and beverages, check out our other vlog that we did out in Disneyland, because that menu is completely the same. So that's what that's for. This is for kind of everything else. So we ordered both the food options. Let me bring them up on my phone.
The Mustafarian lava roll, right?
Yes.
Yep.
And the
oats,
Rising Moon's overnight oats. The lava roll is $6, and the oats are $7. The oats include dragon fruit yogurt, and seasonal fruit. And the lava roll just says Sweet Galactic Delight. So there's not really a description. Yeah. We also ordered the Batu Bites, which you can order. That's around all the time, not just for the breakfast menu. And that's crispy galaxy snack bits with spice. What is this? You can pronounce it.
Churmalua.
Churmalua dip?
I don't know.
We stumped
That's
it.
a new one.
Stuff Deni.
Also, we got Olga's Obsession, which is $7.50. It's like a Jello, essentially.
It's Jello with
Pop
boba
Rocks.
bowls and Pop Rocks on top.
And there's a tiny bit of cotton candy too.
Yes.
And it's supposed to be cotton candy flavored, so it's a lot of fun. But it's like you said, $7.50.
For Jello, and it's a very thin layer. So, but we'll get into our reviews. We should probably start talking about it.
Okay. All right. So the oats. I was excited about the oats. The oats actually turned out to be kind of different than what I expected. Although I'm not sure what I expected, because it's cold oatmeal in yogurt, and it's got some really cool fruit on top. So that was good.
Fresh tasting.
Yes.
But it's
not sweet.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for something to satisfy a sweet tooth, this is not.
It's
where
like
you
mush.
need to be.
Yeah. The sweetest part I felt of the oatmeal was definitely like the fruit and then the bulbs in it. But like I thought it was pretty good. Like Steve said, it was refreshing. It wasn't it was probably my least favorite food item.
Yeah.
But I thought all the food was good.
I mean, if you're trying to stick to something that's
Healthier,
that's a good
definitely
choice.
a better, healthier option than the
Mustafarian
lava
roll,
which is essentially a cinnamon bun, and it's a delicious one.
Good.
I could not really determine what was on top. We thought maybe it looks like Oreo crumbles, but it didn't taste like Oreos to me.
Yeah.
So I was really trying to determine really what those crumbles were, but the taste of the actual roll itself was like soft, but like flaky and crispy. It was so.
And the last food item that we got was the Batu Bits, which actually is, they also have the Batu Bits in California, but I had them in California and they were not the same thing. Actually, in California, I thought they were pretty awful. It was just like this weird Chex Mix that didn't have any good flavor to it. But the Batu Bits here was also kind of like a Chex Mixy kind of deal, but with this that awesome dip that we mentioned. And I loved it. I was eating these Batu Bits up. I believe they were $8. Mm-hmm. I would order these every time I came here. I would want to order these every time I came here.
Well, and they were also veggie chips. I mean, they were.
Oh, were they? Okay.
Some of them were,
just different from what you would normally find other places.
Yeah,
so.
I definitely enjoyed it more than I was expecting. I thought it was just gonna be stale, I don't know. It didn't look very appetizing, but it tasted a lot better than I thought it was going to be. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'll order them every time, but I definitely will order them again.
And then what about the drinks?
Beverages.
So I had the Bantha milk. So our server, Sean, explained something that I had heard already, so I was really glad he was able to confirm it. So the Bantha milk, the blue milk you get in Ogus is different than the blue milk you get from the milk stand. The milk stand milk, the green and the blue, are both frozen. What you get inside of Ogus is not. And he said what you get in Ogus was his preference. He likes it a lot better, and I loved it. It was great. It came with a Bantha cookie. I love that they describe on the menu that it's Bantha inspired. Good to know no Banthas were actually harmed in the making of this cookie. But it was really, really good. It was kind of like a Samoa. If you've ever had the Girl Scout Samoa cookies, it was kind of like a Samoa on top of a sugar cookie. So it was a little awkward and not at all graceful to cut and share, but it was still good.
It was $13.
Yeah, so that's kind of pricey.
I started off because I didn't really realize that the breakfast menu had separate breakfast drinks right away, which we'll get to that in a second. So I started off with the Carbon Freeze, which is basically a Powerade limeade with wild strawberry, blueberry, and green apple popping pearls.
It looked cool.
It looked cool. It had a cool effect. Kids will really like it because it's just Powerade, but it's just Powerade. And I don't know why I ordered it. Looking back, it was kind of a stupid decision.
Do you regret your decisions?
I do regret my
no.
decisions. It was just Powerade, and it comes in like a small, very thin glass to allow the effect to happen with the bubbles.
There wasn't a lot
It's probably
on there.
like 6 ounces of Powerade. Not worth. Well, let me see what it was. I mean, whatever.
It was $7.50, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
$7.50.
Yeah.
Definitely not worth $7.50. It's probably 50 cents worth of Powerade, if that. So.
But it was cool.
I mean, the Powerade's Powerade. I like Powerade. I drank it all, but I can go to CVS and get like 3 bottles of Powerade for $7.50. So I don't know.
But CVS is pretty far away from Batu. So.
That's true.
True, the long galactic
Light
flight, I
years.
guess.
Yeah.
Light years away, but.
But I got the Java Juice, right? It's the Java Juice. That's a non-alcoholic beverage. It's also the beverage that I got in California. And I would highly recommend that to any non-drinkers, or maybe you're here in the morning, you don't want alcohol first thing in the morning. The Java Juice is delicious. It's very refreshing. It's like, it's Batu's take on like a tropical fruit juice.
It's kind of like the Pog juice.
Yeah, it's a lot like the
Sorta.
Pog juice, and it has those little bulbas in it too. There's lots of little bulbas in Batu. I've noticed the trend there. But that drink, I believe, was $6.75.
Something like that.
I like how Boba's is like space.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yours was, did we say? It was $6.50.
$6.50. Okay. And then besides that, we got the 2 breakfast drinks, right?
Yeah.
That's the only thing we
Yes.
haven't mentioned.
I enjoyed them a lot more than my Powerade.
The Mugen tea we kind of agreed on tastes like Christmas.
Yes.
So it's kind of like a chai tea latte. It's got a little chocolate milk in there as well, but it leads with the cinnamon. So you really taste the cinnamon.
It's definitely a Christmassy holiday taste.
Christmas here on Batu.
Yeah, and I liked it. That was actually when we weren't sure if we were gonna get the 2 teas or the cold brew, but you've had the cold brew before.
Oh,
You
it's
said
delicious.
you liked it.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
We went with just the 2 teas, and I was just gonna get this one, and I'm glad that we ended up getting the next one, which was the Tureen.
Yes.
The Tureen tea,
Yeah.
which was like a minty tea, and that was so great. I mean,
Yeah,
the fruity, minty, not overly minty, not overly fruity. It had a good balance to it, I think, of
Yeah.
both. And it was like sweet, but not too sweet. I think that if I come back again, I'm probably gonna get the alcoholic options. But coming back, if it's in the morning, I would probably get this Tureen tea.
It's very refreshing.
Sweet, but not too sweet, just like this clip here.
And those teas were, let me tell you, because I should probably have it in front of me. Where is
You got it, Steve. You got it. No pressure.
Okay. They were both. Oh, the Mugen was $7, and the Tureen was looks like $6.50.
Awesome.
So yeah, I mean, I think the winners for me were the lava roll.
Yep.
The Batu bits were
Yep.
a surprise. And the teas, I think I enjoyed quite a bit.
And if you've gone to the milk stand and you don't like the frozen bantha milk, then try Oga's, because maybe you like the non-frozen variety a little bit better. And really, you're paying for the experience in Oga's. That's what it is. Although it's good, but
I will say though, they did kind of have a weird thing with your drink was not served in the glass that they usually serve it in. That's probably due to the fact that they're crazy busy swamped today because it's the first official opening day.
it's opening day. Yeah.
But it was just like in a plastic cup, and
That was a little
and your
weird.
cookie was served on the side on a napkin. Not
It's
really
supposed to be on top.
Yeah, not really the presentation that they normally have.
True.
But
That's true.
I guess that's nitpicky.
But it's true, because you go in with certain expectations, and if they're not met, it can be disappointing. But Oga's is a lot of fun. It's a party in there. DJ Rex was spinning the tune, so it's all good.
Yeah.
And my arm feels like it's going to absolutely
Jello.
collapse from holding this camera this whole time.
You've done a good job.
Great.
But all in all, my thoughts, kind of what I would want to mention is, if you're coming here and expect to have like a full meal, maybe don't expect to have a full meal. You can make reservations for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That doesn't mean this is a place to go for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like Deni just said, it's for the experience, and there are snacks available. So keep that in mind. I feel like I got quite a bit of like food in me, but we ordered everything. You know what I mean? So definitely like snack type options with an amazing experience and drinks. So keep that in mind. Any last thoughts, guys?
That's it. It's a lot of fun. It's beautiful here in Batu.
So I think that is going to do it for this week's episode of the Disney Dining Show, but you should see at least 2 more. So look out for those, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bright suns.